pressing with pride. I try to keep it like I'm Texas, got the stop on my side. Girl, you know I'm a saint, so why you giving me...
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. For the first time with Bijan Robinson.
Room here to run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
Good footwork at the 30. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. He'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he stopped immediately there. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Davis now.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
It's to the right side and intercepted. It's Marte Mapu, and the Patriots are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
They'll run for the first time with Tyler Bidet.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
When you look at this defense,
they're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Let's go. Dragon 60. Rig alert. Rig alert. Trap 60. Trap 60.
They're going to look to throw.
That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Warrior 70. Ready, ready. Go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll drop to throw.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. He sets to fire deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Back to throw. Davis.
Got an open man. It's Schwartz.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
A give left side to Robinson.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Well, you look at this Patriots defense.
They've certainly had their struggles against the run. At the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see...
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. 7th play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Davis.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
in the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind.
Let's go.
If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Riggs! 7 Pirates! Ready?
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Here's Bryce Behringer now.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Bronco switch!
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Ready!
Back to throw. Davis.
That's out wide here for Robinson.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss. And they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Robinson with another carry.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on down. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive.
Come
They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Panther 60, Panther 60. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 18 Pioneer. Go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down.
The Patriots at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. They've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Let's go now.
2nd and 6. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. A nice throw from the 3rd-round pick. It gets him a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Ready.
Straight ahead they go with Bidet.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Ready. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5.
60 Maverick.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And bulldozing his way through.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Robinson, he'll try the left side.
He'll get it to the 40. He broke a tackle there, but couldn't get much further.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Third down and 10.
70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Ready. Panther 11. Panther 11. And up.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. The 20. 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Chad Ryland now to add the PAT.
gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Looking to throw. Davis.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a dump off here to Robinson. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Open man here, Schwartz, complete.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back to throw now on 1st down.
Checks this one down to Robinson.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And Walker has it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Here we go. Buffalo 18. Check up.
Off play action. Davis.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half.
York able to send this one through.
And that will do it for this first half.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Ready.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Ready. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
On first down, a run with the day. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Palmer. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A give running left, Bidet. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same.
I'm trying to find a new play, bro. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to do that.
Or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
I do my best.
Here we go.
2nd and 9.
Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Completes it to Perry. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers. But only guys can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
In motion, the tight end.
Check go.
On the give, it's Bidet. To about the 26 here. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
They'll look to throw here. Dancing to his left. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Go!
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Come on, set! 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat! Ready?
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Davis now. Throw left side complete. That's Russell. And he's out right at the 25.
Let's go! 70 Lion!
Robinson up the middle.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night match. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Track 60!
Back to throw. Davis caught out left side by Robinson. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Check out.
Looking to throw. Davis.
Short throw into the hands of Jordan.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second and a couple.
Here we go.
Again, it's Robinson. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
It looks like they'll move things around here.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
That is caught.
And just shutting him off there.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That puts him in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19. They'll go with the keeper, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
It's their quarterback. His 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Dolphins put together a fourth quarter drive to take the lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is now 10-7.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Trap 60, trap 60. Ready?
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Let's go now. Hut, hut.
They're going to look to throw. And he completes it to Westbrook. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Let's go.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Ready? Check go.
Back to throw again.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted.
picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
On the give, here's Robinson. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure. That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Ready, go!
Back to throw. Davis. Here's a screen for Robinson.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Here we go.
3rd and 12.
Operating from the gun, Davis.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
This is 1st and 10.
Warriors 70. Set. Mustang 19. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready, ready?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Set it. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down.
Back to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Here we go. Here we go. Take go.
On the counter, this is Robinson. And he is going to have a Miami first down, and the Dolphins are going to win the football game.
Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take a knee. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Let's go now. Go.
And they take a knee. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11.
A lot of pressure here for Cade York.
This to swell the lead to 6. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Pass is caught for a first, but he's looking for more.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So for the Dolphins, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for New England, the losses are piling up.